Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, Meathead.
Yeah, but I mean, when we go to London, we have our driver, and he drives the car for us, and we normally get a lot of notoriety. And they want to know, in fact, Lord Sugar, I have a lot of respect for. He's a rich guy, a billionaire guy, and we go to the same restaurants, that kind of thing. And he asked Steve, our retired Scottish policeman, who's the head of our security and our driver, is the old man around? Now he's only 2 years younger than I am, but it's the old man around. So yeah, he's in there, And he says, well, tell him hello. And it's rare to see a car like we have, the big Rolls, Phantom Extended, in London now. Back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, it was all right to show your wealth. Now, only 4 or 5 people drive those kind of cars, other than the royal family. And we're a 3 Rolls family, which is no big, to me, it's no big fucking deal. But you shouldn't be so ostentatious now. And I didn't make all this money not to be ostentatious. So I mean, I'm going to die that way. And now, other than flying across big water distances, we fly privately. We're partners, we're owners of NetJet, along with Warren Buffett, and although we fly, Sally and I fly, you can fit 12 or 14 or 6 in the plane. Normally it's just Sally and I, although once in a while one of our kids. And that's not the economical way that you're a partner in NetJet, because you should have, 6 or 8 people, because you're reducing the cost vis-a-vis flying first class in a plane. But Sally and I don't do that. We just fly by ourselves. But it makes it a lot easier, and if you have the money. But I was flying privately before I had any money, 40 years ago. And so it's an extension of that. But I mean, we've been rich and we've been poor, and there's no comparison. There isn't. And anybody that says any different has either never really been poor or is brain dead. One of the two. What else?
The QLA seminar is not just a seminar. It is a blueprint for creating generational wealth as fast as humanly possible. I teach you how to turn nothing into millions, billions, and even trillions. If you want to take control of your life, to create a legacy that lasts for generations, the time is now. Do not wait for the right moment. The right moment is this moment. Be bold, be selfish, be ruthless, and take no prisoners. I will still do seminars, but I won't be able to do this forever. Act now or not at your own peril. Thank you very much.
Put your legs together, please. For a dick as short as yours, I wouldn't be spreading my legs.
I think I speak for everyone here. I cannot express how grateful I feel to have come here to the seminar.
Thank you.
I don't know how much time we all waited. I waited, it took me 5 years to come here. That's one of the biggest regrets I'll have for the rest of my life. But I cannot think more than be here. I apologize in advance for you. I pray that you didn't win anything in the conference.
Well, your prayers came true.
Yeah, because if I miss out the opportunity to come here, I would have regret that forever and ever, and I don't know where I would have ended up.
Thank you very much.
For the guys on YouTube, I can tell them it's very, very different coming here than watching from YouTube. Every time you say, I think you were lying, we just said, if you live here liking me, I didn't do my job right. I mean, there's hasn't been more truth words spoken. Because I used to love you before coming here. I'm trying to, keep loving you and everything, but God, man, I mean, it's impossible to, don't feel nervous or afraid or something, but it works, which is the important thing. I mean, I don't think there's any reason why any of us here can make it out, guys. The more and more I learn on the seminar here, the more I can relate myself, the more I can see that it's not rocket science. It's simple. It's not easy. It's not gonna be easy, but it's simple steps. And I don't see any reason why I shouldn't make it work. I don't see any reason why anybody here shouldn't make it work. I mean, maybe for Mr. Peña standards, we're idiots, but for the rest of the world, I don't consider myself an idiot, and I don't think any of you should be punishing yourself on that. I think how many people are able to come here? 1% of people, and if we make
Less than 1%, right?
1%,
Less.
less than 1%.
Correct.
So just coming here, I think we all should, give us that. Keep it positive, keep a good attitude. I think the best movie was the first one, the tough guy from the tennis. It's all about attitude. I hope from the bottom of my heart, I'm not as tough as Mr. Peña. I'm not as indifferent as Steve Jobs or Carnegie from last night. I truly hope all of us here make way more money than me. I know I will be making it work. I don't know what's the worst that can happen is I don't make it work. I'm not going to die for that. I'll have to keep driving forever. I don't know, maybe go back to the Dominican Republic. But that's the worst that can happen. We all here can make this work. All of us. I hope you guys do incredible. I cannot relate for the people on the Hall of Fame. I don't know them. But spending a week with you guys, I don't see any bad guys here. I think we all are good people trying to get ahead in life. And I truly wish this group does very, very well. Because I know I will be doing very well.
Good job.
So, thank you, Mr. Peña, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
You don't have to do this. But somehow you keep, taking us, slapping us on the...
Well, you can thank...
Like the Bulls.
You can thank...
Thank you very, very much.
You can thank I lost an election and Trump won. So, serendipity, and so I'm here for a few years.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
Can you hear
make
me?
the mic work. What'd you do to it?
Son, you can hear me? Okay. I don't want to blab. I don't want to be a motivational speaker. And I know Sir Peña doesn't like that. I'm not going to say that. But I've been following Sir Dan since even before London Real.
Okay.
Okay. But then COVID happened. And then everything. So I'm not going to bore you with my story. But there's something that, moved me when I came. I was like, okay, I'm coming. I booked and I came. It got postponed. I got in an accident and I removed the bandage, so I'm okay. And then when I walked into the castle, I was just looking around and I said, okay, who am I going to meet? Who's going to happen? What's going to happen when I see Sir Dan Peña? And I think I was the first appointment. I was like, oh my God, he has it for me. I'm Kuwaiti. That's it. Because all he talks about most of the time is about his investments. Although my country doesn't hate him.
No, they still love
our
me.
country is very grateful to him. I am, and we are. And when some people up there knew that I'm coming, because I made it a fact they know, they sent their regards, and I told you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay? You're a great man, and thank you. But there's something I wanted to say. If you want to change lives, and if you want to change 1 million or billion, you have to start with one person at a time. And I think that's exactly what Sir Peña is doing. Today we're sitting here as 18 mentees. If each one of us has one person he can change, and every one person can change one person, we can change not just 1 million, we can change 1 billion. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And by the way, you're really mean when you talk, but you know what? You care. I know you care.
Let's not press that issue too much.
But thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As I came to learn, and learn I did, and thank you. As for me and a bunch of guys that wear crash helmets to work, your ripple effect it'll change a lot of lives, believe it or not. And I'm going home equipped with some tools I didn't have when I came that will help them a lot.
Thank you. Canada, don't get all excited. I don't want you to have a heart attack.
I'm not going to get too emotional here.
Okay.
I'll just say that the value, the money that it costs to come here, basically this is almost free because the money that I hope to get back in the
Not
future
hope, you will.
by applying what I've learned is basic. It's free. So and also I know that you come across as you act like a prick, but I think it's a little bit of an act. You're a nice guy.
I
Maybe not a nice guy,
I wouldn't
but
bet money
a
on
good
that.
guy.
I would, because if you were on fire, I wouldn't piss in your face. So I don't know how much of an act that is, because that's not an act. Yeah. But a softening part of my life the last 30 years has been Sally. She's kind of, I don't know if the right word is mellowed, but that's a better word than I can think of right now. And she's Ms. Chamber of Commerce or Mrs. Chamber of Commerce, and she had a shitty life growing up, etc. And quite frankly, we're burying her mom in a few days, the cremation, and part of that life is going to go away now. Okay, but she was as perfect as a supportive factor or mate or lifelong support, whatever you want to call it, that I could find after my first marriage, which I thought was a happy marriage. Although my first wife got tired of being rich, which is, for those of you that haven't been rich, there's a level, but when's enough? But I still enjoy it. The tragedy or the irony, if you will, is I still enjoy it. And and I haven't had to work in 40 years, but I still enjoy it. And when I see a kid like the Carney kid, 17 years old, rolling up, millionaire, I can't put words to describe the feeling that it gives me. I can't give words to show when he was here 14. I can't describe to you in any way that makes sense how it makes me feel crazy that a 16-year-old kid can go out and get rich. Most of us, when we were 16, were doing fuck all, myself included. And this little shit, I don't mean that derogatorily because I know you would see this. It makes me feel not holy, not special, but I deserve the fucking knighthood, But I appreciate the accolades. But guys and gals, when you get out and you start doing this shit and you see it rubbing off on other people, and if you do it long enough on other people's kids, that's a special feeling. That's a special feeling.
But don't be emotional, Dan, about that because you're not done yet. Right?
Thank you. Well, I haven't planned out the rest of the year, but I know I've got 3 or 4 more years. And I mean, a year ago I didn't have 3 or 4 more years. And I don't plan on. Although I'm going to continue my work with the Catholic Church, and a cat is my intermediary to God, so to speak, kind of. And so I'm going to continue that, but I'm going to continue with seminars. The next seminar is in April, I don't know what's going to happen beyond then, and we haven't booked or planned, I should say, a hardcore yet. And but I mean, Michael here has been to 4 seminars, 1 hardcore, and I'm not talking about how his net worth is doubled or tripled or whatever, which it has. But I mean, default's a bitch, as he would attest to. And when you get out there fighting all these things in life that don't want directly that you not succeed, but indirectly they don't assist you in being successful.
And don't skip the fucking steps.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Until you do.
until you do. Yeah. Those first 3 steps are a motherfucker, and they just don't do them. And because it's easier just to go to try to find a chairman. But the easiest thing, and even though, when I was a little kid, just because it's easy, Danny, doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. Well, that didn't stick too well with me, and so I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of. But the fact is that you're here, and tomorrow will be the first day of the rest of your new life. And notwithstanding the wind and the storms are shutting down the trains, etc., I'm told, you have an opportunity to go out there, and conveniently, we're at the beginning of the year. That's a great time to get started. But remember, big companies are telling CFOs, telling CEOs, we want out of these assets. And they're going to be going out in the market. And the closer we get to the end of the year, which is normally they'll give you the time frame of a calendar year, the more motivated they are. And you've heard Anelli, amongst others. Anelli's got it down to a fine science. Coincidentally, very similar to my formula. And you can buy these companies. It's hard to believe you can buy them for €1. When you really get good, they pay you money. They pay you money. And Anelli hasn't done that yet. And that's his goal. He wants somebody to pay him 5 or 50 or 100 million to take this piece of shit off of their hands. And they're around. And then, but I mean, his first deal with Vodafone, they financed 100% of it. Even though the company cash flowed 99%. They financed it so he could buy it. And, and it's possible. Virtually just about every part of the world. But you got to ask. If you don't ask, you don't fucking get. But you got to ask. And everything that we've been trained to do, not everything, but almost everything, is contrary to that. Whether it's being polite or whatever the word is, well, how bad do you want to get rid of this thing? Probably you should pay me $20 million. So the embarrassing offer is, you should pay me $50 million. So they only give you $3 million. And they finance it 100%. Sounds pretty good to me. And I've experienced it countless times. So you haven't experienced it any times yet. But you've heard the guys. And so it's possible. But you got to ask. And I was more forceful than asking. I would demand. And I've got thrown out of boardrooms, etc. But then occasionally they say, okay, well, Mr. Peña, we don't like your style. We don't like this. We don't like that. But we'll give you $10 million. I'll have to think about it. I'm not sure. I go in the bathroom to piss, laugh my ass off. I can do it for $15 million that you pay me. Well, 12. To pay me money, how much are you going to pay me? Yeah, they haggle. And I'll introduce you to rollover.
I just want to say something. I'm very thankful here. I've been watching you more than 3.5 years. It took me over here 3 years to come over here. I made some money, but it's not enough. I cannot scale. I'm trying to scale it, but it's not moving. But while I came here the last 5 days, it's changed my life. I can feel it. Really, I can feel it from my bottom of heart. And
well, my heart's supposed to be, which is somewhere around here.
Yes, of course. And another some more thing. Very thank you for EJ, the other guys, Kim, Vinny, Thelma. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I don't know the names of the other people over here. But yes. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I love you so much. I love you, Dan.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have anybody tell you before, for example, I waited too long to come here, so it was always a dream, a goal. And being here, I have to slap my face like 3 times, like, this is really happening. Like, you can feel your neurons creating new paths, like you said, becoming, not smarter, but, assimilating the new skills that you... I don't know if I'm the only one that needs to...
No, everybody...
teach himself.
And everybody articulates it in a different way. But again, the bottom line is who's going to pull the trigger first. She's already started pulling the trigger. I mean, which is not unusual. 1 or 2 individuals per seminar will start pulling the trigger while they're here. But I mean, you know, my book says if you don't start to take action in 24 hours, you will have less probability that you'll be successful. Not in your lifetime, but successful in the short term. And because, you know, shit happens. Time passes by. You get sick, your wife gets sick, your mother gets sick, and all these things. And not many people that you know will come after almost dying on Easter of 1999 and for a meeting at the Frankfurt airport with Klaus and those guys. But if you remember that, even though you didn't experience it, as Klaus says, you know, as recently as the last couple of years, whenever I feel that I'm going to wuss out of a meeting, I have a headache, I think of when you showing up in the wheelchair. Okay? Well, it didn't happen to you, but you've heard the story. I mean, there are people, you know, if I'm not dead or in a coma, I'll be there. And most of the agreements and you set are if they're convenient. But I mean, the big guys that we've alluded to the whole week do this stuff even when it's not convenient. And that's the operative thing. When you take action and when it's not convenient, or it may be, you know, embarrassing, if you will. And, you know, I'm used to being embarrassed. Most of the people in this room aren't used to being embarrassed. I'm not saying you have to be embarrassed to make a lot of money, but I mean, Elon Musk and Jeff and these guys backtrack and they step on their dick and then they retract and it's part of the high performance model. Because I may be wrong, but I'm never in doubt. They talk this shit whether they're right or not, because they realize that they're on the spot and the newspaper, whoever asks them, and they make a statement, and it may or may not be right. And so they come now and they backtrack, and normally the public or the press or both forgive you for fucking up. But don't worry about the fuck up. Just, you know, say a comment, and you'll do right for yourself. And the fact that you're going to make a lot of money is ancillary, really. And I told somebody, I forget where tonight, maybe before we broke up from the pavilion, I make money by accident now. I make $20 million a year, which is no big fucking deal in the big scheme of things. To you guys it is. But I mean, I just do because whereas when I was in your stage of your career, I always said no. But now I hardly ever say no. Okay? And of course, I'm dealing with the kids, you, and in some of your engagements, and but some are 7-year programs, some are 3-year programs, some are 5-year programs, and some are longer. But I'm continuing at my age to swing at the plate, which is highly unusual. Most people my age aren't swinging at the plate anymore. And the sad thing is, when I first started coaching 30 years ago, I was surprised how few of you at young ages swang at the plate anymore, took the risks. And of course, things that I did now, knowing what I know now, were monumental risks. Some paid off, some didn't pay off. But, you know, taking an option public and a few other NEOM and stuff like that, you know, paid off geometrically. I mean, you know, in the fucking hundreds of billions. And but it starts with the first deal, short million. And again, I don't recommend that you follow the Simon the Bell model, although it's exciting. It sounds exciting, but the people that succeed at that are pretty infrequent. Pretty infrequent. And as he said, unless you have money to support your lifestyle, which his was like King fucking Farouk, $30,000 dinners, and which is no bullshit. It's hard to believe, of course. I used to say the reason why he used to weigh 400 pounds is because of those $30,000 dinners. Now, and if I know you listen to this, Simon. He said that white wine had no calories, and only red wine had calories. And I've seen with these eyes him drink a case of champagne. With these fucking eyes, I've seen him. And you don't weigh 440 pounds unless you consume a lot of calories. And so he's down to about 300, 320 now. He's slimmed down. But he's still a big guy, a very big guy. And so, forever, right now, he's still talking. God bless him. He's willing to talk to you guys. Yeah, and he's doing fucking big deals. God bless him. And he's got scar tissue. His whole body is scar tissue. He's been beaten up and lied and cheated so many times. But it's like a Nelly. Expect 100 million. 80 million shows up. What do? You take it and run like a thief in the night. But he was still pissed. I said, chill out, And I don't say that too often. Let's have another drink. And after 8 months of staying there, not being home with his family,